That's one way to put it. Give it up for Tiffany. Yeah, that's why I got you the stool.
So,
all right, so how's everybody doing tonight?
Let's do this.
Come on, y'all are music makers. I know you can make some more noise than that. How's everybody doing tonight? Awesome, awesome. That's what I like to hear. My name is Tiffany Miranda, and I'm the founder of a nonprofit organization here in Miami called Girls Make Beats. And basically what we're all about is empowering girls. We work with young girls as young as 7. We teach them music production, DJing, audio engineering in a real-world recording studio. Anybody know of Studio Center? World-class recording studio in Miami. That's where our girls learn. So it's a really unique experience for our girls, being that they're not only learning these incredible crafts and having the confidence to feel that they can conquer these fields, but they're also learning in a real-world environment that will ultimately they will ultimately end up in. So it's an awesome thing. I love doing it. I'm very passionate about it. And one of the main music production pieces of gear that we use is Ableton. And let me tell you something. When it comes to Ableton Push, it's probably one of the most intuitive, interactive music production hardware. I've used many production hardware. I've been producing now for 10 years. And it's so user-friendly. That's one of the things that I always get with kids in general. They see the lights, they're like, oh my God, I want to touch it, I want to play with it. So it's a great way to start getting the creative juices flowing even from a young age. So kudos to the designers on Ableton for putting that together. I think it was genius in just being so visibly appealing. Aside from being visibly appealing, again, like I said, it is also very user-friendly. How many people in here have Push 1? All right, Push 1. So Push 1, I'm a big fan of Push 1, and if we can actually get some photos up here, which we do here, I want to give a huge encouragement to you guys to donate to the Push 1 donation program. It goes to kids and girls like this here. Big round of applause for Push. They're actually, Ableton is going to donate 5 Push units to Girls Make Beats. So let's give them a round of applause on that. And again, it's been just a really life-changing experience for a lot of the girls that we work with. Most recently, and one of the reasons why I love Ableton so much, is that you're able to do things live, as the name of the software. Most recently, we had one of our girls perform at a fashion show at Young at Art Museum, and they were actually creating the beats and launching clips, reacting to what was going on stage as the girls were going down the runway. So I think that that's pretty incredible. And me as a performer and being able to react to the crowd, it's really a really important element, and I definitely suggest that you guys use it. And Push 2 looks awesome. I mean, I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get my hands on one. So, all right. And if any of you guys are interested in supporting our cause, you can go to girlsmakebeats.org. Again, we work with girls as young as 7 and 8, but the age goes all the way up. We offer audio certifications, internships at a world-class recording studio, a lot of networking opportunities and whatnot. Do I have any? Where are my ladies in the crowd? Can the ladies raise their hands? All right, ladies. Okay, awesome, awesome. I love to see that. Now, of you ladies, how many of you ladies are beat makers? All right, I see 1. I see 2. Any other? Am I missing any other? Okay, 2 beat makers. Now, this is the reason why Girls Make Beats is so important. It's so important for you gentlemen to also encourage the young ladies, because one of the things that I find, and I've been working with hundreds and hundreds of kids over the past couple of months, we've been on school tours, we have summer programs, we work with the city of Hollandale. One of the recurring themes is a lot of girls lack confidence to call themselves a music producer, to walk into a recording studio and say, hey, I can do this. All of these knobs, I can feel confident knowing what a compressor is or an EQ, or saying, you know what, I got this, And I can tell you firsthand from my experience, I've been engineering for a long time as well. I've been very fortunate to engineer for people like DJ Khaled, Fat Joe. I've produced a record with Rick Ross. And these are some heavy hitter hip hop guys that are not used to seeing a woman behind the board. So their initial reaction, I had to prove myself even more because of the fact that I am a woman. And unfortunately, because of the nature of the industry, that there was always that show and prove factor where I felt like if I was a guy, I maybe might have not experienced that. So guys, it's really important for you to hear what I'm saying, because you may have sisters, daughters, a close friend who's a female, you want them to have that confidence to feel that they can go into the music industry and create and feel good about it. So definitely need your encouragement on that. Again, my name is Tiffany Miranda. Do we have any questions in the crowd before I wrap up here?
Any live questions? Production questions?
I was going to ask what you do to your vocals.
What do I do to my vocals? It depends on what kind of genre it is. I do everything from soul singing. I originally started as a jazz singer, so a lot of the stuff that I really like, belt and whatnot, I try to keep as natural as possible. But then if I'm doing something more EDM, pop, I'll definitely do more of the speech level singing and some heavy EQ, compression, auto-tune, things like that. Yes?
In your experience, how long does it take a young girl from the age of 10 to 14 to learn and make her first beat?
I can tell you firsthand, actually, Houston, I don't know where he is. Houston sat in our beat making workshop yesterday, and we had girls making beats in under an hour. I mean, these kids nowadays, first of all, these are not your normal 8-year-olds nowadays. I don't know if you guys notice with technology, but kids are just so smart nowadays. And again, yeah, to answer your question, it's been under an hour. Sometimes as early as a few minutes, I kind of get them accustomed to the different rhythmic values and how to use that in the step sequencer, and they can start using that information pretty rapidly. Another thing that I like to do, especially when I'm working with kids, is I'll have it associated with a song that they like. So oftentimes I'll have it running in conjunction with like Tractor. And I'll find like a good loop, and then I'll EQ all the mids and the highs out, and I'll say, okay, find on the step sequencer, I'll have it synced in Ableton, and I'll say, what's the kick doing? And they'll sit there, oh, me, my turn. And then they'll go in and they'll keep at it, and eventually they'll get it. They hear that kick. If they don't feel it, if they don't hear it, they'll definitely feel it once we EQ out the highs and the mids. So I think it's a really unique, I'm always coming up with interactive things for the kids to do because, they are kids and sometimes they have a short attention span, and that's why I love the fact that Ableton Push is so like hands-on, touch, ready, go. You want to touch it, you want to play with it. So it's really awesome.
So if we get a couple more questions, I just want to mention I think most of you are probably familiar, but if you do have a Push 1, you can trade that in on the website or a dealer that's actually qualified to do the buyback trade-in, get a $200 credit toward Push 2, and then that actual Push unit goes back to the fulfillment center, gets refurbished completely in a box, and then donated to K through 12 institution. So all that's going to roll out and start on January 1st. We've had a huge number of people that have committed to that, especially through the website. Just really an astronomical number of folks that have taken advantage of that. So it's pretty great. So.
It's amazingly great, and I can tell you yesterday, one of my girls is actually almost brought to tears when she found out that she was going to have more hands-on interaction with Ableton Push. So.
Cool. Any other questions? You're like, I want that laptop back, dude. Seriously. Well, let's do it. Let's raffle. Everybody got a raffle ticket? Everybody good?